This is easy.
Welcome to Coffee Talk. I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. And the wise words, boom, here I go, y'all. The wise words is brought to you by a gentleman out of Brooklyn, New York, that was born August 22nd, 1966. Many fans around the world know him as the Genius. Others call him the Jizza. Part of the Wu-Tang Clan. Here's one of his wise words. Let's listen, shall we? Jizza once said, "I was always taught my do's and don'ts. For do's, I did. And for don'ts, I said I won't." Let's read that one more time here. The Jizza said, and these are the wise words quoted. He states, "I was always taught my do's and don'ts. For do's, I did. And for don'ts, I said I won't." Big ups to Jizza and the Wu-Tang Clan. Peace to the gods. And that's tonight's wise words. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the show tonight. Thank you for tuning in. If you are checking us out, you can check us out on YouTube right now. We like to jump around everywhere on YouTube because, again, we are a cultural variety show. So you may catch us on the entertainment side. You may catch us in the educational category. We flip around in categories. But most definitely, if you want to escape that negative stuff, you want to relax, you want to chill, we want to bring you the flavor. And that's why we created this podcast. This is a podcast of nothing but positivity. We love to give props and respect to everybody around the world. But this show also is new media. And what we like to do is we like to give positive news, positive coverage to all the melanated people around the world. Now, that's not to go against our European allies, but it's just to say that the old media has always portrayed melanated people in a negative manner. And we all know that, right? So what we decided to do is create a Coffee Talk podcast, a place where you can escape the matrix, the negativity, the negative frequencies, and enjoy yourself like you should be able to. So again, grab you some flavor, drink whatever you're drinking, and thank you for coming to the session today here at Coffee Talk Podcast. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Hondo Solomon wrote this book. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. If not, go ahead and Google it on your phone. It's called the Polygamist Papers. If you want to see the logo, I don't think I have the logo in my catalog right here, but it's a great book. And tonight's title is called "Can a Multi-Ethnic Family Be Successful?" Can a multi-ethnic family be successful? It's just a quick read for those that don't have the know-how or the willpower to sit for about 2-3 minutes. It's a quick read. You may enjoy yourself. All right. Now let me get by the light, y'all. You know I got to have my glasses on. You know what I mean? All right, let's begin, shall we? During the early 20th century, J.R. Rogers, in his foreword to Sex and Race Volume 2, The New World, said, "Similarity of education and national habits, acquired sometimes over centuries, are what make a people, not the color of the skin. Most men will live like brothers when some particular exploiting interest does not teach them to hate one another. After 4 centuries of give me a second just because it's dark. There we go. Okay, so after 4 centuries of miscegenation, in what is now the United States, all or nearly all situations or combinations or situations in race mixing that the mind can imagine has happened. Whatever sounds incredulous may be set down to lack of information and, shall we say, even a deliberate unwillingness to face the facts. The true doctrine of racial superiority as it now exits in Germany and the United States is the insanity of the many for the gain of a few. So remind you, I know some of y'all got lost in that a little bit. That's from the 20th century, and that's a guy called J.A. Rogers that wrote that in a book called Sex and Race Volume 2. So push that out of there. We don't really need that, I think. But let's go ahead and continue with the chapter, because now we're getting into the grits of things versus that 20th century read I just did. So let's continue. Can a multi-ethnic family be successful? We may go further and state that collective crisis and group necessity fosters manners and customs, which in turn create culture. Culture then trumps ethnicity. Else you would find collective African, Mexican, Filipina, Chinese, Japanese, and Indian resistance to European colonialism among the oppressed, both in the U.S. and abroad. Instead, you find the oppressed docile, passive, controlled, comfortable, and committing acts fratricide instead of working together to build strong families, just as all strong cultures in the past have done. In ethnicity trumped culture, you would find every man, woman, and child on U.S. soil following their respective ethnic and tribal traditions instead of a modern, pervasive, all-encompassing angel ethnic. Some of my friends and acquaintances are tied to women from other countries or a different ethnicity raised in the U.S., but who share the same culture. Their ideas, values, goals are similar, more so than others with a similar phenotype. This explains the rise in passport sales among American men who are looking for women from other lands who share the same cultural values, even if they are of different ethnicity. You see how that word culture keeps coming up? We're going to talk about that as soon as we're done. Multi-ethnic polygamous families are rare, but occur more in cosmopolitan areas where those of different ethnicities live and work together. Nevertheless, most people marry those who look like them and share the same experiences, struggles, and victories. We gravitate toward others who share the same story in much the same way. The challenges to multi-ethnic polygamous marriage are more obvious in the West, where the historical truth of widespread ethnic mixing is less pronounced. It is important that a man chooses women who become part of his culture. A random mixing of thoughts, ideas, goals, and mission will cause his downfall and lead to destruction. Having all parts on the same page is paramount. And in a world that is increasingly promoting multiculturalism, this concept does not apply to a man's home, which contains one culture, one heart, one mind, one spirit. This is Hondo Solomon's thoughts on can a multi-ethnic family be successful. So what is y'all's thoughts on that tonight? Here's what I gathered from the situation. Culture means everything. And it's always have. Excuse me if you heard me burp there a little bit. It always has to me. Culture means everything. Culture is an awareness of even that little bit that y'all all share. Even though it's big on such a macro level, it's us. But it's difficult to go outside your culture. Some people do it for business. Some people may do it for love or whatever they consider and how they define love. Some may go outside for infatuations. Only the person that knows what they do. But can that coincide with culture? Yeah, there'd be some differences. But everybody, what should I say, people that choose not to versus people that choose is a preference. One can't knock the other. But I asked my supporters tonight, my viewers tonight, what do you think about culture? Do you think culture is something that is of high regard in regards to you dating or doing business with anyone? That can be a two-part question. The first one would be just dating. Does culture matter to you? If they don't have the culture, can it be successful? And the second, in business. So tonight's chapter, or page, I should say, from the author HONDO Solomon. Can a multi-ethnic family be successful? Also, while you're here, go ahead and hit the like button, share, and subscribe. We want to get our subscribes up. Subscribe to the show. A show like this where you can get you a little bit of consciousness, a little bit of ease of mind, and escape all the negative stuff that you see on these social media wires. That's why we created Coffee Talk Podcast. So thank you for joining our show tonight. I really appreciate y'all coming out, checking us out. I apologize again because our sports got messed up, but we made up for an episode tonight. And then we'll definitely see you for Grown Folks Social Hour Friday or Saturday. Get with me, man. We like to have good guests from all over the country. Good guests from just good guests, respectable people, I want to say. So make sure you stop on in. YouTube people, followers and supporters, viewers out there, we support you. We appreciate you. Here, Facebook Live, we appreciate you too. We gonna get out there to more and more people. You just gotta let them know. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. So until next time, this is Coffee Talk Podcast. I'm gonna hit you up with the universal peace sign. It's your boy Mashum Saba M. Saba, and this is the Cultural Variety Podcast. Peace, beloved.